Hey guys, Jesse from Fulla Strength and Conditioning here with a fresh live video for your viewing pleasure. And today I want to talk both fitness, strength and fat loss. So this one here, I put a bit of a question up asking people what they wanted to hear about, and I'm actually going to go off topic a little bit just because of a podcast I was listening to this morning, okay? And this is from one of my mentors, someone who I respect really highly. He's a published author. He has his own fitness business in the States, very successful. And I literally just want to talk about the whole fitness industry the whole scope of it, basically. And the reason why I want to do this is because I don't know that the average person understands what's actually involved. Now, what I mean by the average person is any gym goer. So if you go to the gym, if you've done training in the past, if you're just vigilant about what you eat and how you move, then this is going to be of absolute value to you. All right. Now, let's start with strength training. So if you want to get stronger, and this can be in any way, shape or form. If you want to improve your body weight strength, if you want to improve your bench press, if you want to improve your squat, if you just want to get stronger, okay? You need to focus on something that is going to challenge and progress from week to week, okay? Now, there's a lot of different ways you can improve this. You can work on increasing your total number of kilos on the bar, whether it be a bench press, say you're lifting 60 kilos, next week you're lifting 65, then 70, so forth and so on. That is one measure of you improving your absolute strength or your general strength. Okay? Another way that you can actually improve and understand, or measure rather, if you're getting stronger, is your total number of sets and reps. So total volume. Let's say you did that 60 kilo bench press and you did it a total of 25 times. If you do that same 60 kilos for 30 reps next week, you've gotten stronger. You've done more than you did in your previous session. Now, here's where people get a little bit lost in the details. Okay? Personally, when I'm writing training programs, I generally work with a rep range. Say, for example, 3 to 5 reps, 6 to 8 reps, 10 to 12 reps, so forth and so on. Do not look at it as the be-all, end-all, okay? This is a huge guide, okay? That's what it is. It's a guide. It's an outline. It's a template, all right? So let's say, for example, we have Sally. She comes in and she's doing bench press and we're working at, she does 3 sets and she does 6 to 8 repetitions. What happens if she does 9? Is her plan going to fail? Okay. Does it mean she's going to turn into a huge muscle man? No. All right. What you need to look at is the big picture. Are you doing something correctly? Yes or no? Okay. Is it with good form? Are we working the right muscle groups? Can we do it pain-free? If we're ticking those 3 boxes, then we're already in the sweet spot. We're in a good position. We know we're doing things correctly. We're working the right areas. Now, it's just a guide, okay? And this is where it's actually quite funny. It's a running joke I have with my clients as well, is that I can't count, okay? I actually use my fingers. Say we're doing a squat, I'll count 1, 2. I'll be looking at, knee positioning, depth, and then I'll count 3 when really they've done 4 and 5, and so forth. So there's a little bit of back and forth there. It's actually quite funny where I miscount reps. But the thing is, I'm actually not too worried about that. If we're looking for 10 to 12, and Sally ends up doing 15 squats, that's absolutely fine. Okay, and the reason for that is she can do it with good form and the ability. Okay, it means she actually has the requisite strength, mobility, and technique to do it. So her doing an additional 3 reps isn't going to stop her getting further forward or close to her goals. All right. So rather than worrying about the real small stuff, look at the big picture. Okay, so that's first and foremost when it comes to strength. A couple reps here or there isn't going to dictate whether you achieve your goal or not, okay? Now, let's talk at the other side of the spectrum in terms of fat loss. And this is actually really, it's an issue that people get really stuck with. And I'm going to use the example that was given in the podcast I listened to this morning. And someone, a viewer, had requested a recommendation in terms of a macronutrient breakdown in terms of what to eat pre-workout. So How many carbs, how many percent of fat, how much protein should they eat before lifting or before training? And the people on the podcast, there's 4 of them, they all came to the same conclusion. It doesn't really matter, okay? Rather than wondering, okay, I've got 15 grams of carbs, I've got 20 grams of protein, I've got 3.75 grams of fat, who cares? It doesn't really matter, okay? What matters is, once again, the big picture. Are you having something that you can actually get sustenance and energy from to have a good, solid training session? Yes or no? Because if you're avoiding calories and food just so you can lose weight, what's going to happen is your performance is going to go down in the gym, which means you're not going to get the results that you need. The energy that you actually expend and use with that training session is going to be diminished because you've not taken in any food or energy. All right? So once again, don't worry about the small details. Should I have 3.75 grams of fat or 5 grams of fat? Or should I have 6 grams of protein? Doesn't matter. Just get some food in your body. Give yourself some energy to have a really high quality training session. And then if the goal is fat loss, you need to look at how many calories am I burning? How many am I taking in? And then at the end of the day, after 2 weeks, after 3, after 4, after 8 weeks, you're going to see a trend. If you're using just a generic scale, a digital scale, you're going to see the trend. Let's say this is your starting weight. After 1 week, we drop down. We plateau. We make a few adjustments, we drop down further. That is how you measure and gauge progress, okay? It's not whether you're having 3.75 grams of protein or you had 5 grams too many or 5 grams not enough. Who cares? Get good foods in the body, give yourself enough energy where you can actually hit your training with intent and purpose, and that is what is actually going to make the biggest change for you. All right, so what I want to try and get across to you if you're watching this is stop majoring in the minors, and what that means is you pay too much attention to detail to the things that don't matter. All right, ask yourself, are you exercising 2 to 5 times per week? Yes or no? If you're not, then you need to worry about that first and foremost. Are you eating a couple times a day? So this is anywhere between 2 to 6 times a day. This is a very broad application. It's very individualized. If you want to eat 2 big meals a day and that fills you up and that helps you get to your goal, then do that. If you prefer 6 smaller meals and you feel full, you don't get any bloating or any negative side effects, then do 6 meals a day. Okay? That's the first and foremost. Exercise hard on a regular basis, eat quality foods on a regular basis, and then recover. How do you recover? Do you sleep for 3 hours a night? Do you sleep for 6 hours a night? Do you sleep for 9 hours a night? Okay? That is the big picture. Stop worrying about 3.75 grams of protein or, oh, I went over 10 calories on my allotted amount of calories on MyFitnessPal. All right? That's the minor stuff. That's the little bitty stuff. Exercise hard, get good foods in, recover the body, and do that consistently. And this is the big takeaway point. If you want to lose fat, it is going to be a long-term approach. So what is going to be required from you is time and effort and a lot of patience. Okay? If you're 30 kilos overweight and you want to lose that weight like that, it's not going to happen. There's no magic pill, no magic formula, there's no magic shake. I can't sell you or tell you anything that's going to make that weight drastically disappear, unless you're looking for the surgical option. What's going to happen is you're going to have to get on a good plan, eat quality foods on a regular basis, train hard consistently, recover well so you can do this for a long period of time or for a long time span, and that is how it's going to happen. I know it sounds fantastic, it sounds magical. I have to put in effort. It's going to take me time, but it's going to be a lifelong adjustment, and that's where the real results kick in. So that's it, guys. It's a bit of a tangent, but I really wanted to share that with you because it's something that a lot of people don't go over. They think and they try to tell you via marketing, and these Insta-famous people who've got these sexy bodies, they think, do 3 sets of 15 kickbacks and you're going to have a booty like mine. Or if you do bench press at this weight, this amount of times, it's going to happen. It's not. There's a lot of factors and a lot of variables that come into play. The big rocks that you need to focus on: eat well, okay? Eat fruit. Fruit's not bad for you, all right? Train hard consistently, 2 to 5 times per week, more or less depending on your goal and your actual lifestyle. Can you do it? and then recover. That's it. That's all I wanted to share with you today. That is fitness explored in a nutshell, but really ticking the big boxes rather than worrying about those small minor details that don't actually count. Hit the big stuff, hit it often, and do it well. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoy it. If you got anything from it, give it a thumbs up. Until next time, have a great day.